So I always knew the Great Barrier Reef in Australia was huge, but I only recently realized that it is larger than the entire country of Italy, and it's made up of about 3,000 individual coral reefs. This reef is incredible. I was diving there last month on a reporting trip, and I saw a lot of sharks, but it's also getting absolutely hammered by climate change. The main reason I was there was to see what might be the world's largest project to safeguard a coral reef from climate change, and I got to see some of it up close. One of the strangest things they're doing is helping corals have babies. Once a year in the middle of the night, right around the full moon, these animals, yes, corals are animals, release these little bundles of sperm and eggs known as spawn. That's what you can see here. The spawn of different corals is meant to meet in the ocean and grow into babies, into coral babies, but a lot of it gets eaten by predators or swept out by currents. This is where scientists come in. They go out on the reef at night and skim spawn off the surface and then move it into floating pools where the spawn will grow into coral. Okay, but what's especially cool is that scientists are also breeding corals on land in a giant aquarium. It's called the National Sea Simulator, and it's basically a factory for breeding baby corals. The aquarium has specialized tanks that mimic the ocean and get corals to spawn. Those tanks then collect the spawn, mix it together, and essentially churn out coral embryos. I visited the aquarium one night in December when a type of branching coral was spawning. It was really cool. And you have to use red light to avoid disturbing the corals and disrupting their spawning, and so it all felt very Mission Impossible. In the future, the idea is that scientists will breed corals that are more heat tolerant so that their offspring might be more likely to withstand warming from climate change. But it's tricky because even the most advanced and well-funded efforts like this to try to help the Great Barrier Reef survive climate change won't work if we keep burning fossil fuels and emissions continue to rise. The ocean will just get too hot. And there are some activists and scientists who actually see this work as a distraction from efforts to address climate change like cutting emissions. Then again, even if emissions fall precipitously over the next few years, next few decades, reefs are still going to decline and will need our help. If you want to learn more about efforts to save the Great Barrier Reef and whether they can actually work, please check out the story on Vox.com, which you can read for free.